Hispanic Heritage Month is September 15th to October 15th. Texas Campus Reform Correspondent Noelle Fitchett is here to talk to us about her latest Man in the Street video, asking students how they feel about the term Latinx. I'm Kate Herzl, and you're watching Hot Take. Noelle, it's great to have you on. You previously were a California correspondent, and now you're in grad school at Texas A&M University. Did you see different reactions in Texas from California? What were students' reactions when you asked them about the term Latinx?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. So it was really interesting because there were quite a few students that had never even heard of the term Latinx. So it was a bit of a change from California. But there were several students who said that we should still use the term. So I went around explaining what the term was and how it is. It came out after a lot of gender ideology came out. So it's supposed to be a gender inclusive term. A lot of them said that we should use it, but then when I presented them with the information that 97% of Hispanics actually prefer not to use that term, a lot of them were hesitant in using that term. And I asked them if they'd ever met a Latino or Hispanic person who used that term, and no one had met a Hispanic person who had used that term before. So that was really interesting.
Noelle, you're Hispanic. Your family's from Mexico. Have you ever actually heard anyone who uses the term Latinx?
I've never heard anyone that I grew up around use the term Latinx. The first time that I heard that term was at a university at my college campus. And a lot of universities still continue to use it, even though Hispanics have constantly reiterated that we don't like the term, that we find it offensive. For example, my alma mater, Cal State Fullerton, this week posted on LinkedIn, what does Latinx mean to you? And everyone, there was not one positive comment on that LinkedIn post. Everyone who had a Spanish last name commented saying, don't call me Latinx, that's performative, that's offensive. And the school had yet to respond to any of the comments. And I think that is just a really small example to show that the Hispanic community does not like this word. We don't like that they're using their political agenda and they're using our community to prop up a political agenda for gender or whatever they're trying to push. It's offensive. If they want to reach our community, they should use our language, because we use Latino to describe female and male. We've always used it like that. It's not offensive. That's the way our community describes ourselves. So if they want to reach us, they should use our own terms.
So I have to ask, why do universities and a lot of left-wing politicians think they have the ability to change another language?
I honestly think that it has a lot to do with pandering. Joe Biden used it last year when he was talking about the vaccines and getting the Latinx community vaccinated. And so I really do think that it's just another way for them to pander, for them to be inclusive with a gazillion genders that they're always presenting. But if they really want to reach the Hispanic community, they should probably use our own language and not made up terms that they like to use.
I completely agree. Really quick, you said none of the students said that they know anyone who uses the term Latinx. Did they commit to stop using a term that the Hispanic community itself doesn't use?
Some of them pushed back on it. Some of them said that we should still use it, even though 97% of Hispanics or Latinos don't like using the term. They said that sometimes, even if it's the majority, that's not always the right thing, which I do agree. But I do think that if a community is telling you that they find it offensive, that's worth listening to and worth considering. So,
thank you so much for coming on, Noelle. I'm Kate Herzl, and that was Hot Take.